Christy or Saz. I really appreciate you. Thank you, our wonderful anchor for tonight's session. Thank you, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Good evening, house. LBD, good evening.
Good evening, Mom. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. So, this is exactly 6:35. So how many minutes do I have, please?
You have 30 minutes, Mom.
All right.
30.
So that means by 7:05.
By 7:05. Yes, Mom.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Good evening, house. Once again, I am Deborah Itunoloa, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining tonight. I mean, we trust that it's going to be an amazing session. I wouldn't proceed without appreciating our very own global leader, the one who inspires. I mean, me personally. Thank you so much, sir, for trusting my growth process. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying yes to the call. Thank you for being resilient. Thank you for the embodiment of, great virtues inside of you. I really appreciate. Thank you so much for this platform. I am grateful. All right, so can we proceed? Thank you so much, everyone. I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to take this session. All right, so I would need you to encourage me. Yeah, I'm saying encourage because I do not want to be the only one speaking. It's going to be more interactive and more practice session. As you can see already, we have the law of honor. Did I say honor? The law of mirror. Yes, I have been given the topic to teach or to talk on, and I am so glad because I mean this is something I can really relate with. And so before I start, I would love to do a little bit of introduction by telling stories, two major stories. One for a very young girl who happens to be a skilled dancer. When I say skill, maybe she was not skilled, but she was a talented dancer. She really loved dancing so well that she got so many awards for being a dancer. And then she got to, I think she was about 12 years of age when she had a very displeasing experience with her mom. So she, of course, as usual, she went for this dancing competition and then she came second. So the person who came first was a young boy like her of her age. And then when she got home, just, the normal child behavior that they would want to, she came second. She was so excited that at least they didn't give her anything though, but I mean, everybody cheered her on. And so she got home to tell her mom that, oh, mommy, I came second. In fact, I did a break dance, something that I would naturally not do just because I wanted to win this young boy. But well, they eventually gave the young boy the award or the gift because he happens to be a resident of that estate. So the condition to becoming a winner is you can only win if you are a resident. You can only come top. That's the first position if you are a resident of that estate. So as an estate party that end of the year party they held for children. And so, her mom just spanked her. What's wrong with you? Are you not a resident? Isn't this your big mommy's house? So are you not a resident? Are you not indirectly a resident? And as a young girl that has been taught, you do not need to lie, you have to follow God, you have to be this, you have to be that. She felt, this is not where my parents live, so I'm not a resident. And she said no, and they would have, it was actually a draw, so she would have had at least a token as a gift. So ever since then, this young girl grew not to be a dancer again. She lost it. She lost the talent, would I call it potential? She lost it. And for the second person, this person, she's currently doing well. She's a business owner, but before she got there, she was actually somebody that was born in a broken home in a broken home. And then she had parents that were not always, of course, they were not always present because her parents they weren't together. And so she lived with her father, unknown to her father that she was abused series of times by her father's brother. And eventually it got her pregnant. She got pregnant. Her father disowned her. She left the house. She started alone. Cut the long story short, she became a single mother and then had not somebody that she strived alone in her little world without the help of anybody. But at the long run, she began to life kept on happening to her until she took a drastic step. She said, no, you know what? I will go and study. I will go and make something meaningful out of my life. I have what it takes to become this professor I want to be. I have what it is to become a brand owner, and she stood up. She went through all of the hurdles of life. She went through schooling. She did everything. She faced challenges, of course, but in the long run, she came out well. So where am I going to? The point is, the law of mirror says you must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. The first story of the young girl I told you about never saw value in herself. I mean, it became worse because of this kind of it became worse by the response she got from her mom. And so it killed her potential. It killed what would have become of her at the latter end. Comparing her to the other woman I gave, I had already told her story. And she stood up for herself. She saw that there was something more. I know I may have gone through series of torture in life, but this is not my end. This is not my end. There is more to me. She walked into life. She faced it head down and she won. Yes, this is the kind of leader I expect every single person here, every single participant to be. And that is why we have this topic. And the beautiful thing is that this is a topic coined out from the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John G. Maxwell. So now, can we sail? Can we fly? Thank God I had to explain what really, or I had to give you a little glimpse of what we'll be doing today. So basically, our subtopic is self-esteem. Self-esteem. We want to know because we believe that in accordance to John C. Maxwell, he says that the major reason why people fail to grow and reach their potential is because of low self-esteem. One of the major reasons why people fail. And so the first girl, the little girl, she received words that were not pleasant to her, and it killed the potential inside of her. While the other person decided, despite all the hurdles of life, she decided to raise her head, to lift her head, and to become that woman who she was meant to be. And so this is the law of mirror. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for how do you see yourself? What do you perceive about yourself? What can you say about yourself? Something that goes beyond the normal, what is your name? I mean, who are you? Now, we have subtopics here. Affirmation is the first. I told you already that we are going to do more of practice and more of interaction. It wouldn't be just me speaking here, okay? So what is self-esteem will be the next subtopic. And then we have the last, which is the steps to build your self-image. And I believe with these three subtopics, alongside questions, contributions, and the quick tasks, we would be able to know which of the what really is self-esteem, and for the people going through some self-esteem challenges, or people having the low self-esteem would be able to get it dealt with by God's special grace. Thank you so much. So let's move to the next slide. Affirmation. Affirmation. I want every single person to turn their camera at this point. I want everybody to turn their camera at this point. Turn it on. I want to see your beautiful faces. So I am assuming that this camera is your mirror. Remember, we are learning. Oh my. We are learning the law of mirror. I'm sorry. I think what's wrong with my camera? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now. I can see you. We can see you now.
All right. I'm not seeing myself. That's why I needed to act. I don't know.
Don't worry. Trust the process. We can see you.
All right then. Thank you so very much. So I'll read through before we proceed. Affirmation. Are you ready to guard your self-talks? Self-talks is the opinion you have about yourself, what you say about yourself. When something happens to you, how do you react? When something happens to you, what do you do? What's your what do you perceive about yourself? So are you ready to guard your self-talks? If you want to change your life, you have to change the way you think about yourself. If you want to change the way you think about yourself, you need to change the way you talk about yourself. So this is a quote written by John G. Maxwell. Who are you? So now turn your camera and I'm going to help you with it. I wanted everybody to say who they are, but time wouldn't permit me, of course, to do that. So repeat after me. Global lead, please, or the anchor, please just help me ensure everybody's camera is turned on because I'm not getting to see myself here though. But and the main aim of doing this is to affirm the real words, who you are, to affirm some of this. So I've helped you by listing out about 10 to 11 affirmative words here. So let's go. Are you ready? So you're going to repeat after me. I am your name, the great man or woman. Let's go. I am Deborah Itsunoluwa, the great woman. Yes, I am.
I'm Daniel Ismail, the great man.
Yeah. I am worth the effort, the time, and energy needed to develop myself. I can't think small about myself because this little me will change the world. I'm not hearing anybody say it. Okay, there are thousands of possibilities inside of me, and I grow to becoming it daily. Look into the mirror again and say, I can be everything I want to be, and I am willing to pay the price of consistency, discipline, and knowledge. I have the healthy self-esteem that will push me into excellence. Yes, I do not seek validation from people because I am enough. Everything I say about myself stays. Everything I work tirelessly to get, Itsunoluwa, will enjoy it in abundance. I am receptive to compliments received for every job well done by me. I have something precious that the world needs. Can you say that for the last time? I have something precious that the world
needs.
I have something.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So how do you feel? Let's go to the next slide. How do you feel about the words you just said to yourself now? How do you feel about those words you just said to yourself now? Do you feel refreshed? Do you feel something in you jump up and leap for joy? Yes, that's the spirit. So let's go into defining what self-esteem is. Self-esteem is the overall opinion of yourself and your beliefs about your ability and limitation. It is the overall opinion about yourself and your belief about your abilities and limitation. Self-esteem is shaped by your thoughts, your environment, your relationship, and your experiences, including those related to culture, religion, and societal status. Okay, I am very sure Nigerians are used to a lady, if you are above 24 and you have not married, what are you waiting for? Hey, now, wow, and so things like that, they have a very strong factor. They have a strong ability to create a kind of self-esteem. So now, going into the next quickly, I want to explain to you the categories of self-esteem that we have. This will help you to know which category of these three you fall under. And so knowing this would help you to know what to do and how to do next. But before I go, I remembered Mr. Nicholas in his previous during his session 2 weeks ago, he talked about the law of awareness, and he explained that there are three categories of people. The first category is the one, there are people who do not, who knows what they would like to do. There are people that knows what they would like to do. The second category, there are people who knows what they would like to do, but they do not do it. Now, the third category, there are the people who know what they would like to do and they don't do it. So we have people that just know, people that they know but they don't do, and we have the last, that people that they know but and then they do it. Now, these three kind of people, they fall under one of these categories of self-esteem. So there are some people that have a low self-esteem. They have a hard time valuing themselves. They feel underestimated. They feel like they do not have so much embedded inside of them. They feel like they do not have potential. Oh, I can't do so much. They've heard series of words. I have one woman that my mom's shop was next to her, so she was more like my mom's shop neighbor, and she was always using negative words on her children. She would say, so orieti bad. In English translation, I would say that she was professing negativity into their life, saying that they can never amount to anything. That was the kind of word to her. And truly, they grew to become, I think one of the child ended up being a Yahoo boy. The second child that was a girl, she grew to, she was impregnated, and then she doesn't even have a life. She just, and all of that. So that is what low self-esteem can do. Those people that they do not have time valuing themselves, they fall under the category of people who they actually know what they are supposed to do, but they don't do it. One of the reasons why they don't do it is because they don't believe in themselves. They do not know what they carry. They do not know they don't know the greatness inside of them. And then we have the next, high self-esteem. These people, this is the one expected for every single one of us. They accept and value themselves. These people, they know their identity. They live in their identity. They operate in their identity. And the last set of people, they are the ones that have the inflated self-esteem. These ones, they always think and act better than others. The high self-esteem, I would say that would I say advanced now, or a toxic kind of high self-esteem is the one that is inflated, because there is a point to get to that you so much understand yourself and you feel like, oh, nobody can do anything. I'm the only one. If I'm not here, nobody can do anything. There are people that underestimate everybody. These categories of people they are commonly, or bullies are commonly found in this category. Now let's go on further. The next slide, please. Steps to build your self-image. We have steps to build our self-image. Now, I believe now you already know which category you fall under, either inflated, the low, or the high self-esteem. Now, how can you work on this? If you are, and I believe every single person needs this, irrespective of the category of self-esteem you fall under, we should still know this, so that somebody can have high self-esteem, and at the long run, you got to live with somebody. Like we explained what self-esteem is, environment can be a contributing factor. So even an adult can have a low self-esteem. It's not bounded by age, mind you. Now, steps to build your self-image. I have few minutes left. To build your self-image. The first, we have move beyond your limiting belief. You have to move beyond your limiting belief. You can see in this the picture here is displaying what's it called now? A gymnast lifting a heavy weight. Probably before she even lifted it. See, you can look behind. There are so many people watching her. She would have had some, kind of thoughts crafted in her head. Oh, can I really do this? Probably this is even her first time doing it. And, she did it fearlessly. So you have to move beyond your limits. You have to move beyond your belief. You have to move beyond the I can't do it. I wrote here that have the I can do it mindset. Do not forget that you are your first motivator beyond what every other person can say. Whatever your mind thinks first is who you are. Take it. So the next we have, stop comparing yourself to others. Oh my God. The only one you should compare yourself to is you. Why? Because your mission is to become better today. Is to become better today than you were yesterday. My dear, it is okay to look at Christy and say, oh, Christy entered LBD and then she entered as somebody that couldn't speak. I mean, she was, in fact, if you give her the responsibility to anchor, she will run. That's why she will tell you she's having one church program. But come and see her now. It is fine. It's okay to do that. But first thing first, anybody you must use to compare yourself, or if you must compare somebody with yourself, compare yourself with yourself. That works better. It helps you to be on the safer side. So compare. What are you comparing with yourself? You are comparing your yesterday and today. You're comparing your 2 years ago and your now. What have you achieved? If you see, at least if you're able to find 4 things that you have done this year that you never did 2 years ago, come on, clap for yourself. And on to the next, we have take responsibility for your life. You matter, please. You matter. You see, there is this saying that they say, you open your palms. When we're in primary school, they'll tell us, open your palm. You see, the future is in your hands. And that is what this is. Take responsibility for your life. You matter. You see, after God, you are the next person that owns your life. Take it or leave it. Your parents will get to a point where they would leave you. They would I'm not saying they will disown you or something, but like they'll feel old. She's grown enough to take responsibility. Yes. And so if you're responsible, I wrote here that if you are your own HRM, will you successfully manage you? That's a rhetorical question. You can answer it to yourself. Add value to others. The next, celebrate small victories. I'm trying to rush because of my time. Guard your self-talk. We have practice the one-word strategy. Do the right things, even if it is hard. Embrace a positive vision for your life based on what you value. Practice a small discipline daily in a specific area of your life. I wrote by the side of this note, you have, I can do it. Yes, so quick tax. The next slide, quick tax. I have about 8 more minutes. All right. So we have a quick tax. Think about yourself. Sorry, I'll take that again. Think about something exceptional that you are doing now that has upgraded the 2 years ago you. Now, this is it. Self-evaluation helps you to validate your progress. This, in turn, makes your self-esteem healthy. Remember that I said when I mentioned steps to build your self-image, right? I mentioned how that you can compare. Who do you need to compare yourself with? Compare yourself with yourself. So now I'm telling you, quickly, think about something exceptional that you are doing now. If you can write it, that has upgraded the 2 years ago you. So 2 years ago, who were you? 2025 now, who are you? That is a self-evaluation process. So do it to validate your progress. And thumbs up to you if you are able to write at least 2 things that you are doing now that you haven't done before that makes you a better person. And if you fall into the category of people that you can't say this is what you have done 2 years ago, it just looks like as if you are just roaming around the same spot. Come on now. You need to take a step. Now let's wrap this up. I have 6 more minutes. I'm checking the time back to back. Let's wrap this up. Next slide, please. Let's wrap this up. That's what that fine boy looking at the mirror is saying, no, not me. Applying the law of mirror to your life. Applying the law of mirror to your life. Now, make a list of all your best personal qualities. If you can write, John C. Maxwell said we should write 100. But if you can write 50, trust me, you're good to go. You can write 50 qualities. You know how they say, introduce yourself. What do you like doing? What are your hobbies? You know, tell me, what characteristics do you exhibit as you? Deborah, what are the things you have that makes you you? Your personal traits, your personal qualities, your leadership skills, mention it, write 50 of them. If you can do that, you are a step ahead in applying the law of mirror to your life. Because when you see all of these things, it makes you to keep getting better. It makes you to keep doing well. It makes you to see that, oh my, you know, that one of the key factors I mentioned that you can use to grow your self-esteem is applauding yourself, you know, celebrate yourself. There are times that I don't know who I used to tell, but like close people around me, they know. If I'm having my last couple and I just finished doing a whole lot of work, you know what I would do? I will walk into Chicken Republic. I will buy chicken, or I will buy pie and ice cream. I'll sit down. I'll take it. I'll say, yeah, you've done very well for yourself. Well done. I'll tell myself, well done. There are sometimes I have sleepless nights to just try to get some work done. And when I do it, I'm like, oh my, I really achieved it. So let me tell you, the video I made to publicize this particular program, I did it in the midnight. I was telling you, I did it in the midnight. I think I spent 3 hours to do it. I'm not very good at video editing, so the little things I can do, I just try to, you know, push myself to do something. I did it. My ring glide, I think my tripod stand even broke in the process. I'm like, no, I must do this. I did it. After doing it, I sat down for another how many hours, maybe 1 hour or 45 minutes. I sat down to do the editing of that video. And you know, after doing that, the following day, I decided to make akara for myself and take custard. I said, yeah, you did a job well done. Come on, clap for yourself. And you know, so that is it. Make a list of all you do. By so doing, you are triggering something. You are bringing out the you in its large form. Then we have the next, impact a person's self-esteem. You know, this can't be overemphasized. This is what leadership by design is for. You know, when we give you a task, now this is me as the brand communicator telling you, you know, Chisom will come to report some of you to me that some of you kept on running away from tax. Some people, I think one person even said, no, I can't do it. I can't make a video just for you to tell me 3 things that you've learned from LBD, or, you know, one of your favorite LBD philosophy. And somebody say, no, me, I cannot do it though. It's not like you are in front of many people. You are just alone with your phone, for crying out loud. You take this phone to make videos of yourself and you can't do it. So this is it. Impacting a person's self-esteem. The little tasks we give in LBD, it is a push for you to be impacted. So it's left to you now to either leave it or to take it. And the last, we have add value to others. Add value. So this number 2 point and the last, it is very connected. So because there is no way you add value to others that you are not also, or there is no way you're adding a value to others that you don't also impact a person's self-esteem. By the time you add value to somebody, when I mean value, I mean what are the kind of, when you call that, when you say you have a relationship with somebody, you have a friend, what are the things you do together? You know, that's that thing that you do that makes this friendship stand out. That is the value. You know, the little things you can do. You're talking to somebody saying, oh, I have a low self-esteem. I don't even know what to do. What's the next comment that you give afterwards? Yes, that is value. And by the side of this, we have a quote by Nathaniel Brandon says, no factor is more important in people's psychological development and motivation than the value judgments they make about themselves. I meant to say, by the value judgments they make about themselves. What do you say about yourself? I have finished. By the time I finish this presentation, there are some certain things now, like there's a kind of thought that will just come to my head, or there's what I will say to myself at the end. What if I feel I didn't give in so much into doing this presentation? What will I say to myself? This thing is more psychological. So it's now left for you. I'm taking you back to the quote that our very own John C. Maxwell said in the beginning. I mentioned that if you must change your life, you have to change the way you think and talk to yourself. Now, this is it. This is the psychology. What do you say? What do you think about yourself? By the time you think, you say. Even the Bible affirms it that as a man thinketh, so he is. Let me round off. I have a question. So we may not be able to do this because I am my time is up already. This is 7:05 exactly. But I will read it out. Either ways, you can, we can have the personal, during our in-house, our team, what is it, or team, every team having their own personal discussion, or maybe later, even Global Lead can do so much if time permits us on this question. What attitude or language of yours, either negative or positive, has influenced a person's self-esteem? So some of you may actually feel that you have your self-esteem is very, very safe. You have a high self-esteem. But now, are you part of those people that says negativity into somebody else? Somebody just did a tax now, and you're like, what's this nonsense you just did? Now, wow. See how this thing be like amoeba. I beg go. So please, this is the question. What attitude or language, what body movement or body gesture have you given out to somebody to respond to somebody, or language of yours, either negative or positive, which of them has influenced a person's self-esteem? So I will round off here. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I once again would appreciate the global leader for this opportunity. I mean, I feel refreshed. I have learned for myself from even what I taught, and I am anticipating learning from Mr. Franklin himself. Thank you so very much once again. You have the floor, our great moderator.
You can see me clapping for you, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I'm applauding for you, Deborah. You did absolutely great. Trust me.
Thank you. Great.
Thank you so much. Gave me so much fire. Thank you.
And the fire was not. It wasn't showing initially, but anyway, Christy, just take it from here. We are fine. Christy, go ahead. Please.
Thank you. All right.
Is Christy here? Okay. Yeah, I know Christy talked about network issues and all that. So, I mean, of course, can we just say one or two things to the speaker? Can we say one more thing? Just one or two persons. Can you just say something briefly?
I'm going to have to jump on this because someone used to use my seat. Okay, you can talk, Ewechukwu. Go on.
Deborah, thank you. That was a very powerful one. Like, I never ever see you be fire like this. So the fire was all burning your like, are you kidding me right now? Well, then I thank you for that explanation in a very short while. Sincerely, I got a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Earl. Yeah, Chisom, go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Trust me, this topic is very personal to me because it was a reflection of my past me, right? So this is not a question. I just want to add to what Debbie said. You see something about low self-esteem. Trust me, it's not your fault if you're one person that has that. It's not your fault that you have a low self-esteem or that you doubt yourself or you're always questioning every step you take. If you're not questioning it personally, you are asking someone every single time the same question for validation's sake. And somehow, even when that person affirms you and tells you, oh, no, you're perfect, you're good, there's nothing wrong with your body, there's nothing wrong with your face, your intelligence, still you doubt yourself. And that's because there's a foundation to that belief. And it stems from our value system. It also stems from people very close to us who have a direct effect on our lives. And those are our parents, right? Our friends, and most especially our intimate relationship. So when people kind of lay that foundation of, first of all, bad mouthing you or speaking down on you, parents don't know that they have a very big role to play when it comes to building of attitude, right? I grew up from a family where there was comparison because I'm a twin, I have a twin, and I was not the smartest, right? I remember my dad always calling me fat full food, literally.
Wow.
Fat full food. Yeah, I always ate in the kitchen. I don't come to the parlor to eat just because I didn't want to be labeled fat full food. And then it seems like everything in my life was always going wrong. It felt like it's only me that always falls ill. It's only me that never meets up to the cutoff mark. It's only me that they complain about. It's only me that the family doesn't like. So it's like I had a place where I always go to cry, right? So, but one thing about myself, right from when I was younger, I never showed my emotions. I would always come out smiling, even when I'm dying inside, right? And it was in that moment I built what is called introspection, always talking to myself, right? And somehow, how I moved on was I'll be like, okay, I know I'm unsure of myself. I know that I feel like something is wrong with my tummy or something is wrong with my face or I'm not that intelligent, right? And how I tackled this issue was by identifying my flaws. That was the first thing. I was honest with myself. Not because of what people said, but because of, I always try to always analyze things and be like, okay, this person is blaming me for this. What role did I play in that? As young as I was, right? So it's important that you understand that we all have a role that we play in our lives that also contributed to having that low self-esteem, right? So after I identified that, I knew that, okay, I was not so smart. So what I did was I associated myself with people that were smarter than me. And I was honest with them and said, see, I don't know this. I don't know how to spell. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to do this and that. Please guide me, right? And also, be careful of who you mingle with, especially when it comes to intimate relationships. Now, I'm talking about girls, because when we get into relationships, it's as if they removed one plug from our brain. You will see a guy telling you you're not beautiful, work on your tummy, something is wrong with your tummy, or why are you speaking like that? You cut off instantly because, like Debbie said, it is psychological. There's something called psychological emotion. I was like there's an emotion to our psychology, right? So first off, always challenge what you fear. It starts from that. Challenge what you fear. So I don't want to take much of your time because I can be a lecturer
Yes,
sometimes.
you're already teaching already. You're already taking us another session.
So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's all right. Chisom, thank you so much for that that experience, that sharing you did. It was really. I think it goes a long way to confirm that a lot of us have a lot of things we are dealing with, and honestly speaking, if you don't deal with these things, if you don't come out of, there is no how you will move on. There is no how you will move on to a level of growth if you are not, number one, honest with yourself, just the way Chisom emphasized, and telling yourself that this is not who you are.